Hello, and welcome back to some more Star Citizen content here. If you enjoyed this video and this is your first time seeing me, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave a comment below to let me know your thoughts on this testing process. But yeah, let's go ahead and get to it. So we're going to go ahead and test out the Kruger L-21 Wolf here. This is the newest fighter in the game. In case you guys weren't aware, everyone's aware of this, I'm sure, at this point. So this is a build I did for the ship, and I'll go over the components at the end of the video to show kind of the components I installed in the ship, the mix. And so basically it's stealth grade A, stealth grade B, and stealth grade C components. So I'll show that at the end of the video of the components I use. But yeah, we're gonna go here. We're out in dead space. We're gonna do a tracking to see how far I can lose this. So currently I have max power to weapons, engines, shields. Let's see, and coolers are on. So yeah, let's go ahead and get some distance and see what that looks like here. Okay, so we're currently tracking the wolf. Got her right here. Let me back up quite a bit. Still tracking. And I lost her. Okay, wait. 3.7, 3.5. Let me back up again. Let me slow down. So not very stealthy. I can still pick it up at plenty far enough away. 3.9. And it's gone. So that was like 4 kilometers. Let's see here. So it says 3.99. So yeah, 4 kilometers. I just saw it. Yep. Okay. And I'm looking on the right side of the screen where it's actually giving me on the distance here. So right here, it's telling me it is at 4 kilometer distance. So, and if I back up a little bit more, it's gone. So yeah, not very stealthy as I was hoping it would be. Let me try playing around the power settings and see if we can lower that number a little bit, if it's possible to lessen. Maybe let's see if we can get like 3.8 or 3.7. So let me try that. Okay, so we're back on the ship now. Let me play around the power settings here. So let's say minimum engine power. Let's go off. Let's try to do. I'm trying to think of if in a scenario you're just doing a scout run, so you're not typically engaged in combat. Let's turn weapons off. Let's turn down shields. Let's say in this scenario we're doing a scout run out of outpost or something like that. So let's see if this will lower the number. And I do want to turn off a cooler. So let's try that out, and let's see what the radar tracks do. Okay, now I'm back into my other ship. Let me target lock this ship. Now let me back up. Also, one thing, I gave this actually like 2 minutes to cool down, so let me see what that made for a difference here. Let me back up. Still tracking. Oh, it's gone. Wait a second. Got it. .7. Let's see. 2.8. Wait. Oh. 2.8. Yep, I lost at 2.8 right there. So if you see right there, at 2.8 kilometers is when I lost a target on this ship. So actually, I'm surprised that, wow, that brought it down pretty much like a quarter of what it was, because prior it was at 4 kilometers, and now we're looking at this at 2.8. If I back up just slightly, it's gone. So Yeah, a little better than I thought it would be. So if you're doing a scout run on an outpost in this scenario, I would say you'd be slightly better off of doing what I just did prior. So let's go back and play around the power stations again and see if we can lower this emissions rating. And so it's not picked up at 2.8 kilometers. So let's try something else here. Okay, so we're back on the ship. I have engines minimum. I can try turn off maybe another cooler. So coolers are totally off. Engines are still on. So we can still do like a patrol. So let me see what the numbers look like here and try this again. Okay, so I went on here and just turn off another cooler on here. Let me lock the ship. I gave this like 2 minutes to cool down. So let me see if that did anything. Let me back up. We still have power to engines on that ship. Still picking it up. And I lost it. Okay. So, was that 2.8 again? That is 2.7, 2.8, 2.9. Wait, 3 kilometers. Huh. Now we're at 3.7, 3.8, 3.9. Okay, so turn off that. So it needs coolers on. So turn off all the coolers is not the right answer. So in this test that I'm doing here out in dead space, so leaving coolers completely shut off with the engines on is not a way to go. So if you're doing a scout run, you're gonna need your engines on apparently. So put minimum power to engines, leave one cooler on, and you're gonna get a better range on this. So I'm gonna do one last test. I'm gonna see what this looks like if you're doing like I was thinking like you're doing an outpost run or something like that, or if you're landed and you don't want your ship blown up by pirates and such. So let me actually completely shut the ship off, let it cool off for a couple minutes, and I'll do a test to see if I can when I can pick up on radar and see what that looks like here. Okay, so we're back on the ship now, and we are going to. Let's see. I want to shut everything off. So let me. Actually, I'll just power off everything. Let me do that. Okay, everything's powered off. If I turn it back on, it's back to default. Yeah, it is. Okay. So let me turn everything off now. And we're going to see what this looks like here with it acting like it's parked in the outpost and see what it looks like when it's parked on ground. So let's find that out here. Okay, so I got the ship locked. Everything's powered off. I let that sit for a few minutes to cool off again. So let's go ahead and back up and see what the tracking looks like. I can still pick it up. Now it's gone. Okay. Really? Okay, so this is tracking like it's essentially still like it's still got power to the engine and no power to the coolers that I was no sorry one power to the cooler that I was testing out earlier on here, or maybe I left 2 coolers on. I had to go back and rewind and watch that again, but Anyways, so that's the distance you're gonna get is 2.8 kilometers. I just noticed my stuff is down. Hold on. There we go. Weird bug. Okay. Um, so if you look here, we're at, let me show you here. So we're at 2.8. That's if the ship completely shut off. If I back up, there it goes. It's gone. So yeah, I think that if you're doing, it's not a very stealth ship, I would say. I probably wouldn't use this for a stealth build ship. I'm for a light fighter. I might focus on another fighter. Um, in this scenario because I feel like something if you can pick it up at 4 kilometers, max power to everything, stealth components, grade A's, B's, and C's. That's actually still quite a distance, I think, in my opinion, because I know the Talon, that's another light fighter, alien tech though, but that's all stealth components too, and that one, like with everything full power, I believe that one like you can't track it after like a kilometer or a kilometer and a half or something like that. It's around there. So, anyways, I want to show you what I put on this ship if you choose to do this for fun play testing. So I'll show the components that I put on this ship here. Okay, so we're back to the loadout here in the vehicle loadout manager. This is everything that I have used personally for my loadout for the stealth build. So for the two coolers, we have Vapor Block. These are grade B stealth components that are size 1s. So I got 2 of those installed here. And then Power Plant, I used a Slipstream. This is a grade A stealth component. That's a size 1. Quantum Drive, I used Drift. That's a grade C stealth component, size 1. These are all size 1s. So again, shield generators are size 1s. I used Vel. This is grade B stealth component, size 1. And same thing with this. This is also the size component of stealth. Yeah, that's everything here. I went over on the ship and used for my test for my stealth build. So